The Gospel of John contains exactly 7 miracles, and today in chapter 5 of the Gospel of John, verses 1 to 3 and 5 to 16, we will read about the third of the 7, which is the healing of the paralytic at the pool of Bethesda. In the Gospel of John, unlike in the Synoptic Gospels, Jesus goes to Jerusalem on 3, if not 4 occasions. And this is one of the times when Jesus goes to Jerusalem for the feast of the Passover. And even as Jesus goes, crowds are going along with him to worship in the temple at Jerusalem. At the time of the festival, there are great crowds in Jerusalem, some going to worship God, some going to visit relatives, some going to the marketplace, some going to other places of rest and relaxation. And Jesus, on this festival day, goes to a place where he is needed. A place where there are a number of invalids, a number of sick people lying by the pool. John gives us a very beautiful description of the place, so you can almost see the place if you read the text with your mind's eye. There is the portico of Solomon, there is the sheep gate, and there is the pool, and around the pool are the sick, the invalids. There was an understanding that an angel of the Lord would come and stir the water in the pool, and the one who jumped in first was the one who was saved. So people were waiting, it seems, for the stirring of the water in order to jump in and be healed. They were there at the brink of salvation. John mentions 3 kinds of invalids, 3 kinds of sick people: the blind, the lame, and the paralyzed. And of these 3 kinds, Jesus, standing where he is at a height, sees them. One man was lying there who seemed to be to Jesus most in need. And Jesus goes down, and we are told by the evangelist that the man had been ill for 38 years. Apparently, the man had no one to help him. The man was alone. And Jesus approaches this man possibly because he seemed to him to be most in need. And Jesus approaches him as a friend and asks him an all-important question, which is, do you want to be healed? Do you want to be made well? Someone might say, is it not obvious that the man wants to be made well because he's there at the brink of the pool? Is it not obvious that the man would want to be healed because he has come there and is hoping to jump in? And the answer is no, it is not obvious. And Jesus will not presume or assume that the man wants to be healed. It is possible the man might be content with an alms which Jesus will give. It is possible that the man might be content with food which Jesus might give. Jesus does not know, and Jesus will not presume or assume. Jesus asks him, do you want to be made well? Do you want to be healed? The man, because he has been ill for 38 years, has become negative, has become a person who is not able to see hope. And so he complains to the Lord. I have no one to put me in the pool. When I am about to go in, somebody jumps in before me and they are healed, but not I. And the Lord regards even this complaint of the man as a cry for help. And regal style, he tells the man, I say to you, rise, take up your mat and walk. And we know that the man wanted to be healed because he obeys the commands of Jesus to the letter. The text says, and the man rose, took up the mat on which he lay and walked. The man who could not carry himself is now able to carry his pallet. The man who could not move is now able to move. The man who was an invalid is now made whole. Each one of us, even though we might be able to see with the eyes of our heads, might not be able to see with the eyes of our hearts. And so today, those of us who are blind with eyes of the heart ask the Lord for this healing from this blindness. Am I blind to another person's point of view? Am I blind to the challenges which people around me are going through? Am I blind to the needs of others who are crying for my help? Am I blind to the disharmony that is around me, so I do nothing about it? Am I an invalid like the person and lame because I have become lazy? I have become lethargic. I am a procrastinator. I say I will do things later and tomorrow and never get down to doing them. Have I become lame in my laziness? Is fear of everything around me paralyzing me? And if it is, then I turn to the Lord and I hear the Lord ask me this all-important question: do you want to be healed? Do you want to be made well? How will I respond to the Lord?